Hey guys, HP here. I'm doing a challenge to beat all 296 North American titles for the Nintendo 64. Alright, the next game we got in the wheel was Army Men Sarge's Heroes. Army Men Sarge's Heroes is a third-person shooter where you play as, well, Army Men toys. Each level is a simple living room or bathroom or even sandcastle, and harmless though they may seem, can be a whole adventure for these tiny green men. I played this game as a kid and I remember enjoying it quite a bit. Then again, I really only played the multiplayer and didn't do much of the main campaign. That being said, this time around, I did play the campaign and complete it, and I can say, it doesn't really hold up. The gameplay can be forgiven as it's a third-person shooter and a product of its time and a limit to its hardware. I think this game would be amazing back then, but with the ease of access and controlling shooter games now, with dual joystick, it just makes it feel obsolete. However, each level did seem pretty well thought out on how a little toy can be hindered by or use such simple everyday items. These are things that I can say that are good about it, or at least redeemable about the game. However, moving on to the negatives, there's quite a few. One thing that annoyed me was the AI. It was so bad. Some of the time, enemies right next to me wouldn't detect me or just continuously run into walls. Now imagine this guy's job. Literal walking into a wall. And some would lock on from far away and never forget my location. What do you do to that? Other times, they would be shooting close-range weapons for endless amounts of time, as if you were right next to them, but you're so far away. Also, on the topic of enemies, sometimes you would fully clear an area of the map, only to take 2 steps and someone would spawn directly in front of you or even behind you. NANI? And considering when you die, you have to start all the way back at the mission start and not at an objective checkpoint, it was quite frustrating, and I felt like every mission had to be approached in stealth or very slowly with caution, otherwise risk spending another 30 minutes getting back to where you just were. Although they were pretty generous with health packs, which fully restore your HP. Now let's talk about some of the worst parts. The sight lines and invisible impenetrable barriers that were essentially extended hitboxes of objects or enemies that didn't need to be there, as seen here. Well, that's not enough. Oh well. No, I don't think so. What? I can't shoot this dude right here, bro. Oh, but you don't need something to kind of be in your way. Sometimes, no matter which way you move, and if there's nothing in between you and the enemy, you still can't shoot him. Hey, look at this. Fantastic. Neither one of us can shoot each other. Fantastic. And I'm gonna get up here and not be able to turn around quick enough. Fantastic, bro. Where are my bullets going? Oh, and now he can... Jesus Christ. Extremely frustrating. Also, something that I wouldn't think was bad ended up turning out to be bad in a certain scenario. The auto-clambering, it wasn't bad until something like this happens where you're stuck in an infinite loop of being shot and then knocked back from the shot, pushing you off a ledge, and then only to be automatically clambered back up to save yourself from falling, but you climb back into the enemy shots, rinse and repeat. Cool, can't drop down, can't drop down. It's literally not letting me drop down. They're pushing me off the ledge by the time I... Bro, you're joking me. Now let's move on to the music. While the music itself is iconic, and I actually liked many of the songs in the game as plain as they weren't bad, but it's the way that they were implemented. Shortly after starting a mission, the level's music would just stop, leaving the game feeling boring and plain, and then randomly, with no extra action or anything, it would just start playing again. And sometimes, when it started playing again, it wouldn't even be the same stage's song, or the right tone for the mood of the stage. They didn't realize the music cut off halfway through it. It's like they didn't have a tester. They were just like, yeah, we made it to where you could shoot stuff. The enemies are programmed to just kind of walk and spawn whenever. And they're like, you think we should test it? Like, no, don't test it, ship it. Fucking ship it. And because of all these bugs, comboed with a bad control scheme, I say this game does not hold up. It was still a fun experience as a whole on stream, but man, a lot of times were just downright annoying. Overall, I'd give it a 3 out of 10, but I'll give it one redeeming point for the multiplayer being fun, and the controller stuff is kind of a product of its time, so I'll say 4 out of 10. All right, that's it for this video. If you like this content, prove it and drop a like for me. Also, while I'm doing this N64 challenge, what game do you want to see me play? Let me know in the comments down below. Now let's see where that wheel lands us this time. Also, remember, this will be game number 4, which is an even number, so it's randomized with Twitch chat suggestions. If you want to suggest a game for the wheel, come hang out Tuesday through Friday at twitch.tv/heretic_plays. Now let's spin that wheel. 3, 2, 1, spin that wheel. DJ, spin that. There you go, pasta pone.